So along with the rest of the world, we saw the king god himself and President Bukele of El Salvador denying humans human rights. Bukele was just saying, it's preposterous to think I could smuggle an illegal immigrant terrorist into the United States. And Trump sitting there with that shit-eating grin, loving every second of it. If Trump actually wanted this person back, there'd be tension. There'd be threats to cut funding, to stop sending migrants to El Salvador until they handed this one back. That's just basic logic. If you're paying someone to do a job for you, and they refuse to return a critical piece that could shut everything down, you don't just keep paying them. You push back. You hold leverage. But that's not what's happening here, because he doesn't want them back. And here's the kicker. Trump has spent the last 2 months bragging about negotiating political prisoners home from Russia. So if you're dating a UFC fighter or know the owner of the UFC, or you're white, you gotta come home. He'll make a deal for you.
I appreciate the ballerina who was released. It was at the request of a very good friend of all of ours, actually. Dana White called me and he said it's the friend or the relationship of one of the fighters for UFC or one of the fighters. And Dana's an incredible guy, and we spoke to President Putin about it, and they made a deal. They released the young ballerina.
So Dana White of the UFC called Trump and said, one of my boys is missing his girl and Russia took her. So I'm going to need you to get him back for me, okay? Thanks. But when the Supreme Court of the United States of America rules 9-0 against him, he goes on live TV with the president of El Salvador and says it was 9-0 for him.
The Supreme Court, Steve, was it 9-0?
Yes, it was a 9-0.
In our favor.
In our favor.
All but saying he respects Dana White more than his own Supreme Court that is doing everything he asks of them, including giving him king godlike immunity. So the bottom line is, if you're not a UFC fighter, or not dating one, or not white, I can't make another country do something they don't want to do. It's preposterous. Meanwhile, we're paying El Salvador to run detention centers. We're literally funding the system that houses these migrants. We're paying for it. And now he wants to act like he can't do anything about it? Come on. This isn't incompetence, it's theater. He's not losing leverage, he's pretending to, which also makes him look really weak. And it's funny because that point he's making is that this red-pilled crypto bro is slapping him around like a sad sack of sallies. He's not losing the leverage, he's just pretending to, because the cruelty isn't a side effect, it's the point.